community. So this is our today's agenda. Today we are going to see about what is community, types of communities, Salesforce community features, followed by Salesforce Community Cloud licenses and its access level, examples like what are the organizations that uses Salesforce as their community portal, and followed by we'll show you how to set up a community and demo, and at last we are going to have a query session. So do anyone have any idea about what is community?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Audible?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So, community is basically a site or a presentation of what you want user to see, and restrict them with some, licenses and other things so that they have a restricted access to it. And yeah, benefit is that you are creating something which is accessible and have a different overlay of everything depending on what you have access set up. So it's basically a site kind of thing. I mean, we call it now Experience Cloud, I guess. But yeah, I mean, this is what I know so far. Uh,
Yes,
Correct me if
exactly.
anything I said is wrong.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. So let's see about what is community. So it is an online social platform that helps to connect with our customers, partners, and employees. So it is used to engage with customers through our community website. So it will showcase your data and process to the end user through our portal design. Community helps the companies to collaborate in a controlled and a very secure environment. The community groups can help the organizations to discuss their problems. They can share their information faster than ever. The community can further branded and we can customize using Visual Force page to match the look and feel of the company's website. And it also offers a flexible login packages, named users likewise. And also we can also the main important point is we can customize our community according to our business need so that the end user can see the personalized information, responsive UI, integrated data, and templates. So we can also change the templates according to our need. Community has default functionalities like they have a default themes, page structure, header and footer content, search bar, and also they give us we can also have a custom component in that page. It is according to our requirement we can design the community website. So if we want to change the theme means we can easily change the theme. If we want to set a static header and footer content means we can also have it. Or else if we don't want that header and footer content means we can also remove that. And community basically provides different standard templates. We can also make use of them. Or else if we want a customized template or if you want to create your own template means we can also create our own custom template according to our requirement or according to our the business requirement. And the most important part of community is it will integrate the data with CRM. So we can get the data from the user through our portal and we can save it inside the Salesforce. And we can also display the details of the records from the Salesforce through our portal. For example, if we want to display a list of records from the Salesforce means, we can create a simple table in the portal and we can display that to the user. Or for business, if we want to display the data means, we can display the data in the form of reports and dashboard likewise. So it is also possible in the community. And it is very user friendly. Like a user can get the answer for the questions through the portal, or if not means they can also easily communicate with the other community members through the customer community through community portal. Basically, community divides into two types. Like one is secured one, and another one is a public side. For secured one, some community or some portal only allows the logged in user to access their website. Like first, we need to register in their site, and we need to get the username and password. So after that, only we can able to log into their portal, and then only we can see their information. So it will allow only those who have username and password. So in this way, the data will be very secure. So it is a secured one. And the next one is a public site. So if a client needs their community website as public means, we can also make that website as public. So everyone can access that link. They don't need to register or they don't need to create a username or password. They can directly access the link and they can directly get the information by clicking that link. And the next one is community can create a channel for their stakeholders for their collaboration and the business communications. And for limitations, we can have up to 100 communities in one Salesforce R. So we can create a different communities for different users. And let's see about the types of communities. So there are two types of communities in Salesforce. One is internal community and the next one is external community. Let's see one by one. The first one is internal community. So what is internal community? In the name itself, we can say that we can guess that it is something that is related for internal purposes, right? So it is the community portal which is only used inside the organization. That is, it is mainly created for their members inside the organization. So the people inside the organization only can access that portal, like through their company's domain, likewise. So internal users can log into Salesforce through their company domain. For example, if we say like some organization uses Salesforce as their CRM means, they need an internal license to log in to Salesforce, and then only they can do their day-to-day work. So the internal community will have a broader access data. So they can have access to a broader data and they have a permission access, etc. So it will allow the member, all the member inside the organization to access the data. They can create, they can edit, they can delete, so they can do anything. So that is the internal community part. And the next one is an external community. So it is the portal that is created mainly for the external people, like the person outside the organization. So it is for external purpose. That is anyone outside the company can access it. So even the internal people can also access it, but for specifically for external people, they created the external community. Since it is an external one, we should not allow anyone to access the company's data, right? So we need to secure our data. So in order to do that, we can limit the access to data. We can restrict the privacy policy or security consideration. You can provide them a limited set of permission. You can allow them a basic level of access. So likewise, we can restrict our permissions and we can secure our data, company's data. So the external community portal are used by the resellers, distributors, wholesalers, etc. So the main difference between the two types of communities is that is internal and external community is internal community provide a broader access to your company data and information, while external community will not give you that access. So it will restrict some access. So it will not give you a broader data. And again, this external community is further divided into three types, like a partner community, customer community, and the employee community. In the partner community, it provides the information that let resellers and sales teams to collaborate and access important company data. For example, it is a bridge between resellers and the dealers. If a cell phone manufacturer company sells their cell phones to dealers means they can make use of this partner community portal. So this will it will purely a business to business conversation. So it is a partner community, and the next one is a customer community. It is a portal that allow the customers to get the answers for their questions through relevant articles or FAQs. Likewise, for example, the cell phone is sold to the end user, so we are the end user. we can directly go to their link, and that link will display us information about mobile features, mobile number, user guide, etc. For this, we can go for a customer community. And the next one is an employee community. It is purely for employees. So it is an internal website that connect employees and give them a single space to share their files and manage projects. Like they can log a cases, they can review their reschedules, they can ask a questions, they have a conversation inside that. So it is an employee community. So no matter what the community we build, it will definitely give you, and it will definitely increase the brand experience. It will empower the users, and it will develop the culture of collaboration. More importantly, it is an interactive. So it will be more interactive between the customers and also the business. Next, let's see about Salesforce community features. The first,
Sorry to interrupt you. Can you go
yes.
back to the previous slide? Anyone can say the example for partner community, customer community, and employee community from the audience.
Hi, this is Neha. So
Hi.
partner community portal is suppose I have my company and I have other people working with me, but they're directly not involved. So I just want them to access the page. I just want them to get some information. They can use it. Customer community portal is basically the existing customer of the account, and employee community portal is for the internal employees of that company. I hope that's correct.
Thank you for your answer. Yeah, we
Hi.
can go ahead, Shil.
Once again, sorry. Yeah, I have one doubt here. What's the difference between the internal community and the employee community? Because they both are similar.
Yes, they both are similar. Internal community is purely internal purpose. They can access internal data. Employee community also, it's similar to that. Based on the license type, it will may differ. It will get differ.
Oh, thank you.
Please go ahead, Shil.
Yes. So let's see about the Salesforce community features. The first one is business integration. So it will infuse a community with the data from any system or from anywhere. So customers can create and escalate support cases. Partners can update opportunities and qualifying leads. In that way, we can integrate the business. So next one is a branded community. We can customize our community to expose our brand, and we can extend our online community experience. We can also create a simple to use environment which are very interactive with end user. And the next one is personalization and customization. So community cloud suggests some connections to experts, groups, and based on the individual's needs, interest, or behavior. So for customization, as we already told, we can customize your community according to your requirements. So we can easily customize that one. And the next one is a mobile optimization. As we all know, it is very helpful to connect anywhere or from any devices. For mobile optimization, we can access the community through Salesforce mobile app, and it will also gives you a device response mobile experience. And also you can share your file, you can upload the document, you can share the data. So it is all comes under the community. So we can do everything, and we can see the feed actions, we can have a chatter collaboration, etc. These are some of the features that our community has. And the next one is a community cloud licenses. It is a very important part of this session. Like if you want to create a community, means the first step you need to consider is what level of access I need to give to my user, either a full access or I need to restrict them. So it is the first step we need to consider. So for license, there are three types of license. One is partner community, one is community customer community plus, and the next one is customer community. So basically, we are going to deal with two types of people. That is, one is business and another one is customer. So based on this only, the license will get divided. So first one is a partner community. It is the highest rated license, which are best for business to business use cases, where the sales deals with the distribution channel likewise. So this license provide access to different Salesforce standard objects like lead, opportunity, campaign. So it can be used for different use cases such as partner relationship for resellers, dealers, etc. So if we want to create a business to business portal means we can go for a partner community licenses. So it is a highest rated community, highest rated licenses. And the next one is a customer community plus license. So it is a one-step advanced version of community customer community license. It is used for both business to business and also for business to customer, but without sales case. And it will provide access to reports and dashboards with advanced sharing, and also have some basic level of access also. And the next one is customer community. It is a license that is used for customer portal. And it is one of the best licenses if your community has thousands or millions of users in your community. So it is the lowest level of community and it will have a basic level of access. Let's see this image. It will be more understandable. So first one is a customer community. So it is a lowest accessible license. In this license, they have a base. They can access a basic standard objects and custom objects, knowledge, chatter, and can have access to activities and tasks. And the next one is a customer community plus, and it is an advanced version of customer community. It will have all the basic level of access that customer community has. In addition to that, they have the access to reports and dashboards and also have the advanced sharing. And the next one is a partner community. So it is the highest licenses that we have. So it is a combination of both customer community and customer community plus. In addition to that, they also have the access to some of the standard objects like leads, opportunities, etc. So if you want to have a business to business community means you can go for a partner community. Or if you want to create a business to customer means you can go for a customer community. Or if your community have thousands or millions of end user, you can go for a customer community. So this is a license access that a community has. Based on this only, we need to allocate the license to the end user. Next one is the examples. Let's see what are all the organizations that uses community as their portal. So before that, I need to add one point here. So there are two types of access to experience cloud sites. That is, one is authenticated and another one is unauthenticated. In authenticated means users can log into their site and they will have their license. So if the user has any one of the license means they can log in. Or else in unauthenticated access are considered as a guest user. They don't have any of these licenses, so they will consider it as a guest user. Even without the community, even without these license also, guest users have some basic level of access to access your portal. And guest users are not at all considered against the license. And the main important point is these licenses are purely dependent on the user and not dependent on the site that you create. So based on the user only, the license will get differ and not based on your site. So next, let's see about the examples. The first one is Salesforce customer community. As we all know that if we have any question related to Salesforce Meet, we can post it that. So anyone from anywhere who knows the answer for our question means they will reply to us. So this is a Salesforce community.
Sorry to interrupt you. So basically, I just want to know that, as you told that, this license type, right? So as a
Yes.
guest user, we not required to, basically the license, and other user, we need to have the license. So, to provide the license, that users should be created in the Salesforce.
Yes. You need to create a, if you, in the register part itself, it will ask you for license. What type of license you are going to allocate to that user.
Okay, as a like, so I am as a user, so I have a, some kind of community, right? So there I am signing up that, right? So
Okay.
once I sign up, so that will basically create a record in the user record with the profile with Salesforce, like that, like this, because I am new to the community builder. So that's why I'm just, wondering how, basically it's going to save in the Salesforce.
Okay, in the back end, they will write the code. Like whenever they sign up, they will allocate us some license, like Salesforce admin license or community user license. If I am creating a community and I am letting you user means, I will create a user with community profile license. So whenever you sign up, you will be created as a user with community license.
Okay, so profile, what will be profile? We can give an different profile, or it will be specific to this license profile.
No, we can also set that profile also in the backend. If I am
Okay,
creating the community means I can set the profile for my user. I can set the license for my user.
okay,
Like what all the access I need to give, what all access I need to restrict them. Likewise, I need to design. That is the one who create the community needs to design.
okay, okay. Yeah, got you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I have the same question related to it. But let's say we have a limited number of license, and we have a customer who has logged in through community portal, and like he has completed all the credential process, but
Okay.
the license is, like we are out of the license. Then in that case, what will happen?
No, I can't understand. You have only one license. One user will have only one license.
Yes, but let's say we have a number of licenses in our Salesforce org
Okay.
with our edition, whatever the edition it is, and we have created a community.
Okay.
And let's say the customer, like he wants to be a user in the community, in the Salesforce org. And at that point of time, all the license which we had are already
Okay.
consumed.
Okay. So
Then
if
in that
that's that,
case,
yeah, in that case means we need to raise a case from admin to Salesforce, and we need to ask them. We need to get access from Salesforce. So we need to raise a case in that if that's the case.
okay, so till that point, the user, the customer won't become a user in the Salesforce.
Yes, yes, because all the license will be consumed, right? So they don't have enough license for the new one. So they won't create a user.
Okay, okay, thank you.
So does that mean that we need to buy the licenses then from
Yeah,
Salesforce?
yes, yes.
Okay, got it. And will you be sharing this recording as well?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sure.
yes.
We'll be uploading in the YouTube. We will be sharing the link.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much.
So this is one of the examples. And the next one is a Nokia organization.
Sorry to interrupt. I have a quick question about the license. Are the partner community licenses we need to buy it, or are they like available for free?
So it is dependent on the edition of the Salesforce. If you are using enterprise edition means they'll have that limited set of license. So if you're having a developer edition means they'll have a limited set of license for that. So based on the edition only, we can go for that.
Okay, thank you.
So next one is Nokia. So this is they have created their own community, and it is customized according to their needs and according to their brand. And the next one is the Dell Technologies. They also created their own. They are also created this through Salesforce community portal. So these are all public sites, right? If you want to buy any Dell laptop or Nokia mobile needs, we can directly access. We can directly go to their link, and we can directly check which laptop is a newly one. Or if I give the mobile means, it will show you a features and specification, battery capacity, everything. So it won't ask you for any registration or any username password. Without username and password, we can directly access these types of websites. So these are all a public site, examples for a public sites. And setting up the community. So these are the overall view of the setting up the community. So first we need to choose the template that suits our needs, that whether you can choose a standard one or you can choose a custom one. And you can change the theme according to your requirement, and you can also add the components to that. With that, we can integrate the data with Salesforce. After that, you need to launch your site. Once after you launch your site, the end user will see that link. So Shifana will continue the demo part.
Thank you, Shirley, for your amazing intro part. Let me share my screen. I'm Shifana here, and hope you're all doing good and staying safe. So let us dive into the demo session and let's see how to create a new site. For that, we have to log into our Salesforce Developer org, and from the right-hand side at the top, click the setup, and it will navigate to a new page. And in the quick find, type digital experience. Yes, under digital experience, click the setting. Firstly, we want to enable this digital experience. So I'm enabling this. Once after enabling, it will ask for a domain name, and this domain name should be a unique one, and this can't be changed. So let us give Shifana here. And we can check whether the given name is unique or not using the check availability. See here, this domain is already being used. So I'm giving another new name, and I'm checking here. Check availability. Yes, now the domain name is available. I'm clicking save. And this will give an alert like you can't change the domain name and you can't revert this enable digital experience checkbox. So I'm giving OK for that. So we enabled the community settings and we done the domain name. And again, type digital experience in the quick find and see. Earlier it was only settings, and after enabling this, we got 3 to 4 tabs additionally. Again into settings, and we have to ensure that this is being checked. That is, allow using standard external profiles for self-registration, user creation, and login. I'm enabling this. Okay, and I'm saving my settings. So once it gets saved, and under the digital experience, all site, and all site, click new. Once we click a new, it will ask for a template. And template is something that needs to be changed according to our business need, whether it is used for our customers, whether it is used for our partners, or whether we can create it on our business need, based on our business need. For now, I'm just creating this customer service, and here it will list out the features here, and I'm clicking get started, and will ask for a name and then URL. For name, I'm giving community, customer community. We are going to create a customer community. And here I'm giving the URL. Yes. And I'm creating. And this will take a couple of seconds in order to set up our templated background. So once it will get loaded, it will redirect to our workspace. Let us wait for that. Yes. See, it is landing it on workspace. The site was created and the status of site is preview mode and we didn't publish yet, right? So here let's go to the administration part where we do some configuration settings and properties for our community. And when we click this icon, the first thing we do have some tabs here. The first thing is the settings one, and the status is preview, and we have to activate. So let's go to all these and come back here. So these are some of the preference for that. And for example, the record creation, when the guest user create record, who will be the default owner, and some of the basics here, I'm just leaving let it be. And the members part, and this is one of the important ones. Here we are going to give the live profile, adding profiles for the customers. So under this customer, I'm taking all these and I'm adding to the selected profile. And under this, select permission set. If you have any permission set that will be applicable for your community user, we can add. For today, we don't have any use on that the requirement, so we are just leave it be. And site role. Want to use custom labels instead of employee, customer, or partner? No. So default is no and custom is. I'm doing so. If we click custom, it will ask for a alternate name, a special name for your customer, partner, or employees. As of now, I'm clicking the default one and I'm saving my changes. Once the changes are saved, we get a message. See, your message has been successfully saved. And the next important one is the login and registration. Here, we able to brand our company logo, the logo file, and the background button, the login button color, everything can be done here. And the next part is email. So email, this is the name of the site. This is the email of the system admin of this developer org and the email template. So once this site is activated and the users under this community will receive an email with this template. We can also select other template which suits our basic needs, our business needs. So this suits for forgot password and change password too. Saving it. And I'm going back to the settings. Now I'm activating this site. Okay, and we'll just say like activating the Experience Cloud site, make it available to all the members. A welcome email is sent. Yes. Your setting has successfully submitted. And now let's go to the sales app here. So what you're going to do now is we have to create an account and an associate contact, and we enabling this as a customer, community customer one. And once we click that button, it will redirect to a user creation page where a user is created. Let us go. And before that, we have to make a slight change in the account page layout. For that, click account, and in the setup, go to edit object. And here, the third one, the page layout and the account layout. And inside this layout, you're going to do a little bit customization, like adding a buttons. And this is under mobile and lightning action. For that, enable as a partner button. Disable as a partner button, disable as a customer community button. I'm adding this and saving. And this should for contact also. For that, click the object manager and in the quick find, just type contact and under the contact and same, the page layout and contact layout. Under the mobile and lightning action, enable Just placing here. And we do have another button called login as portal user. And this will log in directly without the username and password for the system admin. Let me save it here. Go back to the account, refresh this, and new. I'm just giving Shifana account. And I'm saving this account. And under that, I'm creating associate contact. For that, I'm going to Shifana. I'm just splitting that name, contact. Yes. And I'm giving an email address, which here. And I'm saving here. Oh, sorry. I think. Yes. And now click the contact. And we have a button called enable customer user, which we added earlier. So once we click this, it will redirect to a user creation page. Yes, with the preloaded data from the contact object. Okay, this is the user license and profile. We already mentioned earlier, I'm giving this customer community plus login, and the profile is customer community plus login user. And I'm giving a username. Just changing something. And we have to make sure that this checkbox is enabled. So generate a new password and notify the user. And I'm clicking save. Okay. A new user is created with the user license of customer community plus login, and the profile is customer community plus login user. Let me check if I get any email. Okay, let us, yes, it's in the spam. I don't know why it's here. See here, it will ask for the email. So sorry, for the password reset. Let me give the password here. Yes, change password. Yes, URL no longer exists. Why? Why the URL no longer exists? Do anyone have any idea?
We have not activated the community, maybe.
No, we have activated, right? Let us check. We have activated.
We have to publish that.
Maybe we have not published it community.
Yes.
Yes, because we didn't do anything on the design side, right? What we have done so far, we have created a site, activated the site with some administration level of setup, and we have created an account and associate contact and enabled that contact as a customer one, and just we reset our password. So now the time to design our page. For that, the site under digital experience, all site, and this is the one which we have created. And click the builder. So builder is the part where we design our page. See, so this is our builder page and the components, and here we go have a set of components. It's a mixture of standard one and a custom one, like our LWC or a lightning or our LWC components, and we have a lot of standard one and theme. So as I mentioned earlier, we can change the theme according to our basic needs at any time. And this can be done here, and the page structure, we can even delete the page structure by here, or we can do a hover here and delete. It will ask for a confirmation and we can delete. So this is the page structure. And again here, the settings, the general settings, the template name, the site title, it is not published yet, right? So the guest user profiles, everything, and the theme, again, we can change it here also. And for language, we can set a default site language. For example, if a community should be used for your Chinese, Spanish, or Portuguese user, we can do add language. And navigation, it's from the top of the page. And these are some advanced one like developer and security and privacy type. And firstly, we just change the theme. I'm just taking, let's go with this and activate the theme. So this is the theme which we are done now. From here, theme settings, we can remove whatever we want. We can design according to our basic requirements. And once whatever changes we done, it will load the page and will display at simultaneously what the changes are. I'm doing this and see here. So this is the navigation. This chips and this is the header, and we can change the image according to our need. So as of now, I'm just creating a car image, uploading. Yes. See, and the next one is the compact header, the theme navigation. And here, just go click that edit default navigation. And I want a new item. I want a case now. So I name it as a case, and this is a standard object, and the object type, that is also the case. And I want all open case here, and I save. Click this. Okay, and the next one, let's close this. And here, this is the headline. The headline part we can customize according to our needs. I'm giving the welcome all message, and here the banner text is this text. So see here, so whatever changes we done will be replicated immediately here. And I'm deleting this, I don't want this. For that, I can take the components which I need from here. So just drag and drop. See here, we have drag and drop the tab. I don't want this, means we can click this and we can do that. And we can rename the tab. Just for deleting, we can rename it too. For example, my cases. I'm adding it here. And inside this tab, I want a record list. Yes, it's here. Just drag and drop. I think this is done. Let us try this. Here we go, the record list. I want 25 list, standard one. For here, I'm go for case. Case and all open cases here. Yes, done. So I don't want these all. So I'm just hovering it. I'm clicking at delete. Clicking the delete icon. Yes, and next we have done with this, and we can preview this. So preview is something how the end user can view our page. Okay, so let's go back to builder. I think this compact header is a little bit, so I'm clearing this. I don't want anything. Okay, so see here. Now, so whatever changes we can do at the end user point, we can view by clicking the preview mode. And back to builder, once we have all done, we need to publish. So we need to make sure after each and every changes we have to publish. So in order, after publishing only, the end user will get the updated one from us. So let us publish here. Yes, we are publishing our changes. You'll receive an email confirmation. Okay, got it. Let us see whether we got email function here. See, we got an email like customer community is our community name was published successfully. So let's go back here and let's refresh. See here, what we done is replicated here. So I'm a user. For now, I'm just going to create a case under the case button. New And here I'm just, okay, I'm just filling the mandatory fields here. Example, my first case from community. Saving it. Yes. So this is the case. Once the community user will submit a case here, the case will be registered inside the Salesforce. And the person behind the Salesforce will start working on your case. Let me go and see whether my case got registered here. Yes, see here, my first case from the community. So once the end user, so for example, say it as you got a car, but you have some issue on that, so you are complaining a case on them, so you can file it here, and this record will register it into a Salesforce, and the person inside Salesforce will start working on it, and the every changes the person will made is applicable here. It's viewable here. So let us change the status is new here. Once I got the case and I'm the person in Salesforce, I'm making it working. And once you log in, and you can see whether my case is submitted or case is in what stage. Here. Yes, it's in the working state, right? So earlier it is in the new one. So now it is the working one. So this is how, and this makes the barrier between the communication barriers. So we can know whether our case is in working mode or it's escalated, it's closed, or whether the case is taken from the company side. So for that, the community is very helpful. So this is an example for the customer community. What is if you need a partner community? So customer will come up with case, but partners, they mostly concentrate on the leads, the opportunities, the reports and dashboard kind of things. So we can design according to our basic needs. So only one thing you have to done, that is we have to in the site, let me go here, in the administration. Earlier we added only the customer profiles, right? So if you are creating a partner community, we have to add the partner one. So these only changes. And in the account, we have to enable the partner. Earlier, we have enabled the customer one. Now we have to enable the partner one. So this is the difference. So these are the two. The customer, they will file a case. So for the partner, they will see the reports and dashboards, the graphical representation of their business. So what is my business need is, I need a page which should be viewed to all the people. I don't need any login or user. So I don't need any login password, nothing. I want a page that is available all over the world. For that, we can create a public one. So let us scroll. Let us quickly create there. Click site.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So basically, like whenever we are using a partner site, we have to remove that customer community permissions and then do the partner site, or we can just put it as it is.
No, we have no, we want to have only partner profiles for the partner side, and we have customer profile for the customer side.
Okay, so basically we need to remove all the customer and then put
Yeah,
only
yeah.
the partners. Okay, got it.
Yes, we can create a site for customer and for partner, the different sites.
Okay, so these both will be differently shown in the community, is it? Like customer, partner, and internal?
Yes. For
Okay.
the partner one, we have to create and separate site where the partner and the design page also will be changed, right? So we
Yes.
have to create two different ones so that this profile clashes won't happen.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you. And let us quickly create. So builder one is something that is a plain page where we can build to according our needs. So only thing we have to enable is the public can view the page checkbox. Let us. Let us go to the administration. And here the members, we don't have any members site because we don't create any user for the public page. So I don't need to change anything here. I'm just activating my site. And I'm quickly going to the builder one. And I'm here taking a custom component. Custom components is something I've done in LWC. So let us delete this. So it's just, it will get the details from the public and will store in a lead. So one thing that we should need is under the settings, we have to enable this public can access my page. And under this profile, we have to give the like field level security, the CRED access to this profile. So I'm giving a lead. Quickly give it. From here. I'm saving. Checking here. So this is the one. Now I'm publishing the page. Yes, I will receive an email once the page got published. And this is my URL. And see, this is the page. Once I fill all my information and click submit button, it will get it redirect into my lead account. So that's all for today. So do you have any questions?
Yeah, hi Shifana. This is Aman. I have one question. Yeah, so
go ahead.
yes, thank you. So I was saying that you mentioned that we can build our own, but there is, I mean, since last update of Salesforce, I mean, last release, we have this option of LWR also. So how is it different from build your own one?
So build your own one is a plain page. We can build our content header or content footer. So already I have selected customer service, right? So it comes with some of the preloaded data like search button, home button. So this one will completely a fresh page where we can build on our own.
Yeah, that I got. I am just confirming. So there is this LWR also, right? So there is this build your own, and there is this new template since last release. So I'm asking about that. How is it different now? So this one, yeah, if you go on new site creation and choose a template, so I think you would be prompt to select that also. There is this new option which is available now.
Let me check now.
Yeah,
Yes.
so this one I was asking.
This is the new one. And this will ask for the authentication options, right? Either it's a public one or it's based on the login URL one.
So in this, we won't have to choose in theme setting that we wanted to make public. We can select it right here.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Shapana.
Thank you.
Hey Shafana, this is Divya.
Yes.
So what I wanted is that can we add a feed to our website?
Yeah, yes, we can. So let me quickly go to it. It's a standard component here and we can place it.
Yeah, it's from the setup data which we have, but I want a feed like Twitter feed or a news feed where people can browse. It's not the setup feed. Because
Yes,
setup feed needs the permissions also, but I want a news feed like news or something.
yes. For that, we need to create a custom component.
Like how? Can you demonstrate it once?
Yes, we have to give the custom code. We can either use the LWC or Aura component, and we can place the custom code inside our under the custom code, and we can place inside the place where we want.
Uh, are you going to take a session on how to create a custom component as well?
Yes, sure.
So yeah, I would like to join that. Would it be in LWC or Aura?
Either shall we proceed with LWC?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, sure.
Ivana, how many sessions are planned for this whole training?
As of now, using the feedback, we'll have more sessions. Am
Sorry,
I
I
right,
missed that.
Pavarani?
Yeah, yes, Shivana. So based on today's feedback, we plan to conduct further sessions. I think this is going really well. So we can have upcoming sessions also.
And when will be the task provided or asked? Because I saw that if we met all the acceptance criteria with that task, so then we can go for certification and receive the voucher. So what's the criteria for that?
Yeah, actually, if you complete the task and submit it, your credentials, so we will be evaluating your task, efficiencies, code efficiency, everything, and we will announce the winner. Actually, we already validated everything, and today we will announce the winner.
So how are the tasks provided? Would it be in the email? Because this is the first time that I'm attending anything.
Yes, same.
Oh, okay. Let me quickly share my screen. I will show you.
Yes, sure. Thanks for that.
Actually, we used to add the task acceptance criteria and everything in the event page itself. Can you see my page?
I saw this. I was just confused that it was supposed to be done after the sessions. I was not sure if it has to be done pre-sessions. So yeah, that was
Before the sessions, we had to do it.
okay.
Yeah, actually, this is for some kind of experienced people. Many of them already knew about it, right? But in the upcoming session, right, for LC with the community builder, so that kind of thing, we used to give a task for the startup one. So that will be a little bit easy for you to crack it. So there will be opportunity there also, the upcoming sessions.
Okay, thank you.
Would it be possible that once you show what is being done, then we do the task and then submit it?
Sorry, can you come again?
So basically, like since I was interested in learning, I came in over here because someone on one of the groups they posted it. So is it possible that once we watch all this video, like whatever is being taught, and then go back and do it and then submit for the task, something like that? Would it be possible?
Yeah, sure. Definitely, I will be creating another event. That will be the continuation for this event. We can just do the task for this and then submit it. Okay.
Okay, after the class, right? After the
Yeah. After this session. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you so much. And would it like um, can you like would this task come in email form, or do we have to go to some particular site and do it?
Actually, this is Trailblazer community site where you can register for this event, right? That page only.
Okay.
Just one more question. So how many vouchers will be distributed? So what's the limit or what's the cap for that?
Yeah, it is based on the winner's performance. We usually issue up to 5 vouchers.
Okay.
but that is based on the number of participants and their efficiency also.
Okay, thank you, Baba.
Okay, it's time to announce the winner. So congratulations, Divya V. She has won this competition. She actually met all the acceptance criteria mostly. And we encourage you to participate in the upcoming contest and the upcoming meetups also. Congratulations, Divya, for winning the objects.
Thank you so
Please
much.
contact me.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
And I've been eagerly waiting for this event. And though I haven't met all the criteria as mentioned in the task, but though being a new person and building the community page, I tried my best to build a community page as possible. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. And this is for everyone. You don't need to meet all the acceptance criteria, of course, because everyone is learning, right? So try to meet most possibly one or like 3 or 4 criteria. That is fine, but please try it. That is really important for me. So keep learning. So I encourage everyone to participate in the upcoming events. Let's see how it goes. Thank you everyone for joining. Thanks Shifana and Shirley, especially to you. We just rocked the session. Thank you.
Thanks for Tarni.
Thanks, Gautam.
Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you all.
Bye.